Hey there, have you ever stared at a blank canvas and wondered, should I just paint a bowl of fruit or should I pour my memories and stories onto this surface? You? No? That can't be just me. If you're like me, maybe you've tried journaling your life, only to find that words felt too revealing or just not quite right. That's why I turn to art, because a brush and color feel like home, and because painting is how I share the real me with the people I love. Today we're talking about using oil painting, not just to create something beautiful, but to paint what matters, to tell your story your way. And the best part, you don't need to be a so-called real artist to make something meaningful. If you have a memory, a feeling, or even a quirky family member with too many cats, you already have a story and art just waiting to be told. Here's why your story belongs on a canvas. Oil painting is just the language. If you're just beginning, you just need a brush, some color, and the guts to start. Maybe you worry it won't look quite right. Let me reassure you. The paintings that matter most are often the messy, personal, and vulnerable ones that you nearly give up on. Though I'm not new to this, I still experience doubt and imposter syndrome like everyone else. When I made this piece, I wanted to express my spiritual side, so I used an image of a meditation practitioner and added a little humor with a chicken versus the egg twist. I spent too much time on this, and I was disappointed with how it turned out. Unsure about the colors and the background, I considered hiding it, but studio friends encouraged me not to, and ultimately, it became one of the first pieces I sold once I joined my gallery. So what makes a painting matter? A painting that matters doesn't need to be technically perfect or beautiful. It needs to be authentically you. Take a look at this portrait painted by Van Gogh. It was a young man that he met in a commune outside Paris. Painted in his signature style, but arguably messy and muddier, it's still authentically Van Gogh. Oh, by the way, this one has an estimated value of almost $47 million. Who says a little wonkiness or imperfection keeps your work from having value? We're not painting for a museum. We're painting for connection, emotion, legacy. If your story connects with and inspires others enough, maybe it even ends up in a museum, if that's your thing. So start small and build your legacy. You don't have to paint your entire life all at once. Start with one simple thing, a chair, a teacup, or that car you took across the country at 22. The beauty is in the specifics. One object, one moment, one memory. Paint what matters to you. That's where your legacy begins. I've long been fascinated by time and our relationship with it. My business background heightened my interest in women's struggles for equality as well. This inspires my current legacy series by blending old photographs from my family archives with portraits of contemporary women. I aim to honor past contributions and draw connections between my ancestors and myself. And I hope through these works that I can tell something of the story of our history to my daughter. I think you can see how combining your passions can spark multiple new ideas for your art and help you feel that passion for telling your own unique story. Now, if starting feels scary, just let your brush wander. Maybe today it's a patch of color that reminds you of summer skies. Maybe you will be telling your story through abstract imagery. Either way, every brush stroke is a step towards telling your story. Here's a little secret. My first painting was a rather stiff attempt to capture my dad in his chair at a family event. It didn't turn out perfect by any means, but every time I see it, I remember this quiet presence in my childhood living room. That's what art can do. It can preserve a feeling longer than words ever could. When you paint from your story, you're not just making art, you're building a visual time capsule, something your grandkids or even strangers might one day see and say, ah, that's who she was. And that's why your art matters. Not because it's perfect, but because it's yours. So as you reach for your paints, remember, you're not painting to impress. You're painting to connect with yourself and maybe someone else who needs your story too. That's a real reason to make art. Here's your challenge. Pick up one small memory for painting. Doesn't have to be fancy or big, just make it real. It can be the basket of yarn your mother kept, or those great martinis served up while you sat around telling stories with your sisters. Anything that touches you personally. When you're done, share a photo of your painting or tell me about it in the comments here. Or tag me on Instagram with hashtag #PaintYourStory. Let's inspire each other and build a community of storytellers. And if you found this heart-to-heart helpful, hit that button. Subscribe for more storytelling inspiration, painting videos, and always remember, your life isn't too ordinary to be art. Go paint your story. I'll be here trying not to dip my brush in my coffee cup again.